Hi everyone, my name is Ying Xue, and before I get into the topic today, I want to ask you guys a couple of questions. So, how many of you love having desserts? How many of you have candies or chocolates in your kitchen? Today, I'm here to share my thoughts about sugar products. Sweet treats can be like they are much more attractive and tasty as compared to others. That's why people loving having them. However, how many of you understand the negative impact of consuming too much sugar? If you consume too much sugar, a lot of health problem will come with it. In other words, I think sugar can be toxic. Today I will discuss the real cause of consuming too much sugar related problem, which it can lead to obesity and many other health problems. First of all, let's talk about obesity. Is sugar really bad for you? Actually, sugar consumption gives us the energy we need every day for daily activities. Over the past year, the production of sugar has dramatically increased. Sugar itself is not poisonous, but the sugar added in the processed food can have caused an inflation in the number of obesity among Americans over the past 20 years. The statistic has shown that 75% of the Americans are considered to be obese or overweight. That is a very serious problem to our community. The main reason of obesity is that the imbalance between of energy the energy imbalance, which means the calories you consume every day is much more than the energy you burned. That leads to an imbalance. Um, we know that calories are come from three sources: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. While carbohydrate and the protein only provides 4 calories per gram, fats actually provides like 36 calories per gram, which is 9 times as much as those from carbohydrates and protein. Now you may ask, not like I have been saying like things about fats and calories. What does it have to do with the topic today, like sugar? If you have taken any biology class, you would know that when you consume sugar, it will transform to fat in your body. Uh, Many people will say like, I love having chocolates, but I also can like doing exercise to burn out those calories. Yeah, that is true, but doing exercise is really not that an easy task for everyone. Let's use an example to see how why that is. Uh, the 1 dozen of donuts from the Dunkin' Donuts, it provides 1,000 calories. So if you eat all 12 of them, you will need to run like 9 miles at a rate of 10 miles per minute, in order to burn all those 1,000 calories. Does that really like seem an easy task for you? That means like you need to keep running for like 1.5 hours. Um, Moreover, the statistics has shown that 80% of the American adults have not met the government recommended exercise amount per week, which is like 2.5 hours per week. That makes it much harder for like burning all the calories based on those numbers. So if you don't consume those donuts, you can save 1.5 hours of running and significantly reduce the calories and your chance to be obese. Consuming too much sugar will give you a significant amount of body fat, which takes a long period of time to burn out. While we have been talking about obesity. In fact, consuming too much sugar can also lead to many health problems. We know that sugar is not actually poison, and it is actually critical to our body function. However, it should be used in moderation. So let me tell you how sugar overload affects our body. I believe all of you have heard the term diabetes. Um, According to the website, diabetes is a group of disease that affects body's ability to produce and use insulin. Insulin is a hormone that allows your body to burn sugars into energies. The main reason that causes diabetes is the high blood sugar rate. If people consume too much sugar, the insulin cannot transform all the sugar you eat into energy. So the sugar that's left in your body will remain in the blood and build up the blood sugar rate. And the high sugar and the high insulin levels will lead to obesity. It will also contribute to like heart diseases and some like liver problems. According to American Diabetes Association, 1.4 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes every single year. That's like a huge number. Appropriate planning on the consumption of sugar can reduce the chance of having diabetes and also other diseases. Now, knowing what sugar overload can do to us, I'm going to tell you why it is hard for us to cut back on sugar consumption. If sugar is bad for you, why do we crave it? The short answer is that an injection of sugar into the body stream simulates the same pleasure as the same pleasure center in our brain responds to as we like response to drugs like cocaine. Tasty food all have the similar effect to our body, and that's why they are so tasty, and that's why so many people love having them. So what's the solution to that? Just stop consuming too much sugar. But that is easy to say, but the trouble is in today's world, um, it is extremely difficult to avoid sugar completely, which is one reason for the spike in consumption. Manufacturers uses sugar to replace taste in foods that is full of fat, so that they seem to be more healthier, but it's not. Some example would be fat-free baked goods, which actually contains a large quantity of added sugar, even though the fat-free sounds like extremely healthy. um, Learning the real nutrition label. That's why learning the real nutrition label is a big priority in managing your sugar consumption. You can read it carefully and see what's the real nutrients in the product. So in conclusion, as you can see, sugar is almost everything we eat, and of course, it does not make everything that much. It does make everything that much tasty, and while it might not be poison to our body if it is eaten in moderation, um, but it is a key to many self-induced medical problems. I know that for myself, by knowing all these informations, I will be more willing to grab a fruit or vegetable, or having a bottle of water for a snack instead of like a chocolate bar or a piece of cake. Um, Sugar is not poison and is a good source of fuel for our body function if you eat the like acceptable amount. Um, I'm just hoping like all of you can control the amount of sugar you eat. Moreover, consuming less sugar, being aware of what sugar can do to you. After all, sugar can be poisonous if you consume too much and become addicted to it. Thank you.